Good morning. Prosperity every day. Julia Cameron. And she's just chilling as usual. She does her job well. So, October 5. Spirit's guidance. Spirit, please guide and guard my finances, we pray. We ask for knowledge of Spirit's will for us and the power to carry that out. Our lives are touched by joyous harmony and we experience the flow of Spirit's love. That's a good one. Step 3, specifically towards our finances. What is my higher power's will for my finances? I'm going to assume and listen for that guidance. And to me, that tells me that I'm to honor each and every dollar that I earn. And the first step that I do with those dollars is tithe. And I tithe 10%. Sometimes I squeak up to the 11%. And that's just for me so that I can feel like I'm making amends for the decades of not tithing, of being very selfish and irresponsible with my money. And that's not to like get favor with God or favor with the spiritual world and stuff. It's just to take ownership of my previous irresponsible behavior and resistance and fear around tithing. Um, the times in which I am consistently tithing have been the best in my life. You know, really the first time that I engaged in tithing um, was one of the roughest periods of my life. I my back blew out, which if you look at Mary Louise Hayes and look at low back issues, it's almost always financial fear, and I was raging with it, and I blew out a disc. Um, couldn't work for I don't know 4 or 5 months or so. Ran out of money. Uh, had to I was made that choice with my last I don't know $600, $700, 800 to my name to pay a lawyer to do bankruptcy. And I was in fear, so I was afraid I was going to lose my house and afraid I was going to lose everything. And I didn't really have much to lose, anyways, but I was just afraid and I didn't understand really any of it. Um, but I moved forward with that. And, but all the good news was in and amongst all of that financial storm and worry and fear and faithlessness, um, my current or at that time, my sponsor had gone through the exact same experience with his low back. And he had walked through this process where, and this was in the state of North Carolina, he went to vocational rehab and got picked up to, whether it was a form of disability or whatever it was, and also, a recovery process if you're clean and attending meetings and being active in your recovery process. They had a program where they would take you in and take care of the surgery, take care of the aftercare, um, and then offered 4 years of paid college education to transition you out of physical labor into working with your mind. So, and he walked me through that process, and that's exactly what happened. And there was a couple of hoops I needed to jump through, but eventually I got into that program, and I was in agony. You know, I remember walking, just driving, getting in and out of the car was just agony. And I remember walking up to that building for the initial intake interviews to see if I could qualify for this program. And I remember, you know, it felt like I was walking like an 80, 90-year-old man. It was just each step, I didn't know whether I was going to fall or not. And the amount of pain that I was in, it was literally making me break out into sweats. I was in that, I was at an 11. It wasn't even on a 10 chart. It was absolute, and that's not a joke for, a good movie. It was a bad movie at that time, and I was in agony. And ultimately, I jumped through the hoops. I got qualified for that program, and I mean, I think within a day or two, I got seen by a doctor. I got scheduled with surgery within maybe a week. I mean, it was fast. And post surgery follow ups, and then PT, and you know, it took several years to be fully free of it, and but a miraculous turn of events. And I remember going to church at that time, for the few months before, and I couldn't even sit in the chairs. I was sitting in the back of the church, laying down, praying, hoping that, I could find some relief. And it was all through my sponsor. It was amazing. But, during those periods, I was tithing. I was consistently tithing, and I was taken care of in a very dark time. And, that's not the reason I tithe. I tithe because that's what I'm told to do. It's a clear suggestion that, you know, you take 10% and put it out there. And I do that in a couple of different ways. I've got a consistent deduction out of my paycheck that goes directly to a charity every month or twice a month. And, the cool thing is that I'm with a company that kicks in on that. So I forget what the rate is. I think if I give a buck, they give 60 cents. So that really turns a donated dollar into $1.60. That's pretty freaking cool. I love my company, I swear. But so I do that, and then I got a spiritual organization that I attend, probably 2 to 3 times a week, and I donate there. And if those two things don't add up to 10 or 11%, then I do some sporadic givings throughout the week and month. Um, but that's the first thing on my budget line, and that's all Dave Ramsey too. If you're not engaged in a monthly budgeting process, I highly, highly recommend and suggest it. I've been doing it for almost 7 years now, and it has totally changed my life. I am thoroughly confident and know that I'm okay today, um, specifically because of Dave Ramsey. And that's not a sell at all. Anything. Go into any of your app stores and just grab a budgeting thing and give it a go. If you need more than just something there, then maybe check out the Dave Ramsey thing. I know there's a subscription to it. Again, this is another benefit of my company is that they give us a subscription to Dave Ramsey, which is freaking awesome. But you know, any budgeting process that you can get engaged in is going to find you towards God's will with your finances. I truly feel and know from experience that it is my higher powers will for me to budget my money every month, every paycheck, to have a good idea of where that money's going. And the first thing is give some of it away. The second thing is invest. And then the third thing is take care of bills. And then to make sure that there is some money for some fun. Good God, we got to enjoy our labors, right? And I do. I consistently take some time off. Again, I have another, my work gives me, I think I now have 3 three full weeks of paid vacation plus another 8 or 9 days of paid vacation. Celebration days, holidays. I get a lot of time off, and I take advantage of it. So, um, let's do some things. Morning dew. And again, most of these come from Ernest Holmes' Science of Mind stuff. So I now claim my spiritual perfection and connection by partnering with my inner healing artist and abundance guide. We utilize the practical principles of the 12 steps, traditions, and powers. I expect and accept the healing. I expect and accept, and healing wise, my big toe's been doing really good lately. I just tweaked my wrist. And it was bugging me for a while, but then I really tweaked it in a hockey game. So now I'm really working on this healing here, healing there. The groin's much better. Still working on that. You know, it's just body parts that are tweaking and doing their thing. So, but I'm gonna exercise today. I'm gonna stretch. I'm gonna ride the bike, and I'm gonna do some resistance weight work. Gotta add that in. But anyways, so I expect and accept the healing. I expect and accept the happiness. I expect and accept the abundance. I expect and accept the responsibilities, and so live that they become a part of my experience now. I am responsible to harness my creativity by cultivating and manifesting positivity. This is what I want to do today. I'm going to eat right and exercise. I'm going to take care of Wink here. Um, I'm going to spend some time doing some stuff around the house, even if it's one or two tiny little projects to get them off of the list. I'll go over the big to do list. And I'm going to get in touch with my handyman and see if we can get an appointment set up because we've got to address some things. And there's only a couple weeks left of outside working ability, so I got to get the deck painted. So maybe do some prep work on that today. Maybe listen to that soft language. Um, I'm going to do some prep work on the deck today. At the very least, I can spray and kill the little sprouts of life that are coming up between the house and the deck. Anyways, it's a little. Oh, honey, oh, no, you're scratching me. Sorry. Um, and what else? I might go to a meeting today. I might pick a sporadic. Saturdays are my floaty day. I almost never do, but sometimes I do. So we'll see if we pick a meeting to go to. Um, and I'm gonna call a good friend of mine in recovery. She's out on the road and was having some vehicular difficulties. So I'm going to call her and see what's up with her. Um, and I don't know. Other than that, just have a good day. We'll see. Uh, I'll call my sponsor. Yeah, let me do that too. There might be a chance to do some step work today. We'll see. You will now step into my place and do it, bringing all your powers and intelligence to bear and considering yourself to be none other than myself. And so it is, this or something better still. There is one life. That life is my life now. I am the joy of peace within me. I radiate life. I am life. There is one life. That life is my life now. Every day I declare that there are no mistakes. None have been made, none are being made, none can be made. There is one supreme intelligence, one source that governs, guides, and guards, tells me what to do, when to act, and how to act. I now act with perfect assurance. I change. Oh, let's do this side. I am responsible. I am capable. I am aware. I am willing. I am masculine. I decide. I provide. And I protect. I am enough. This is my truth. My life is a treasure. I change my thinking today and thus create my holistic prosperity, health, wealth, and happiness plan. I demonstrate, manifest, and execute from this plan, specifically today, by number 1, tithing, number 2, prayer, meditation, reading and writing, 3, exercise and right eating, 4, budgeting and right spending and investing in my future's financial freedom, 5, boundaries and right relationships. Have a great day.